How are you? Long time.
Too long.
Yeah.
What's news?
No, it's pretty much the same. It's been doing great. How about you?
Yeah, it's just been the same. Just very, very busy, good busy, and it's just another week is gone. It's just don't know where the time is going.
Yeah, the year went through very quickly. I can't
Yeah.
believe we are in almost in November.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's just gone like bang, done.
yeah.
But it's been a good year. We've worked on some great projects.
So I
Yeah.
thought we can talk about, and I wanted to get your perspective, even if it's a few minutes, is what are the trends that you're seeing, the cybersecurity trends that you're seeing? How close are you to your mission since we spoke last?
Sure.
And then what's next? So one of the things that Dan mentioned also was highly recommended is a password manager. I mentioned our episode that we did last year, and I said that there's a whole demo on that episode. Please go and check that. I'm today, so I'm going to provide a link to the password manager.
You must. We do a lot of it. I always say it's the one thing that saves the most time and probably the least amount of money that has one of the biggest impact on your online security.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of big pluses, massive pluses. But for me, it's a time-saving thing. So what are the trends? You know what we're seeing a lot? Have you heard of Friday fraud?
No.
So let me tell you about Friday fraud. So in the UK, a lot of conveyancing solicitors or solicitors themselves helps with the process of selling properties. There was a very interesting article which I'll share with you. I'll share with you now. And this must be kind of everywhere in the world. I can't believe it's just in the UK. But so they normally, when they finalize the transaction to buy a new house, it normally happens on a Friday afternoon.
Okay.
Because it's kind of the last day, the last few hours. And the most people that are being caught are between 25 and 35 years old. And these are first-time buyers in the UK. And they've seen a massive rise. They call it conveyancing fraud or Friday fraud, as I know it. And it's sad because there's a lot of young people that get caught by this because the solicitors are not properly protected, which is just insane. So this is why we're doing more and more in the property sector, just to try and educate people, because it's the property sector in the UK is now the most attacked sector, UK-wide, which is there was some interesting articles which I can share with you. A company called Property Eye. They've done this is, I think, towards the end of last year, but I'm waiting for the new one to come out. But if you look at this, you can see the property sector is the most attacked sector, then pharmaceutical and healthcare, and then it goes down from there, which is interesting.
Very interesting. I would have thought financial services would be in the top 5. It's not even in the top 5.
Me too, which is odd. But if you think about property, financial services may be small hits, where property sector is a lot of big hits, because you've got huge transactions. Or let me give you an example. So if you're an estate agent and you've got a lot of properties under rental agreements, if you can get in there, there's a lot of money sitting in accounts, deposit accounts or millions. So you can intercept somebody selling a house or buying a house, done. So that's one of the biggest trends that we've seen. The other one, of course, is just, what's the latest one we're seeing a lot here at the moment, which I think is hilarious, actually. A lot of mobile theft, physical mobile theft. In London, every 10 seconds or minutes, I mean, it's unreal.
Wow.
Mobile phones are ripped off people's hands whilst they're walking the streets of London.
Wow. It's like an old trend that is catching up again. I thought that used to happen like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah. No, but it's so valuable, the mobile phones.
Your whole life.
People's lives are on there.
Yeah.
So when I do my talks, we're really excited because we're this close to launching our mobile security offering, and we've evaluated about 11 different systems, and the one we're gonna go for is Lookout. It's an American solution. Really, it's very what's the word? Complex is probably the wrong word, but very comprehensive. And we tried to kind of make it easy to deploy, to support. they've got something like 140 million installations already around the world. So, all the ones we've tested, definitely the best solution that we tried. But, what other trends can I think of? Those are the two main ones that we're seeing a lot of. And again, a lot of scams coming through, Amazon Marketplace. Do you have that in the US?
Oh yeah, marketplace scams like Facebook Marketplace. And,
sure, it's going crazy here. It went down, it's going back up again.
Do you see, like, I know you work a lot with enterprises. Do you see a change in the business email compromise or the CFO kind of fraud where impersonating a person in power? Is that still? Last time you told me the story of this old woman who made a transaction, thought it was legit. Woman. So is that still trending? That's still.
Absolutely. It's up to about 94% now.
Wow.
Because did I share with you last time our impersonation checker? Did I say that? Because we're doing a lot of work on DMARC now. So if you click on that, if you put in your email address and you do a test, it gives you a score out of 5 straight away. These work with business email addresses only. Okay.
I see.
And then it tells you, so if you score below 4, it means that you're completely open to impersonation and spoofing attacks. So not only that, I can demonstrate it now to companies. I can show them how it's done.
So if someone is pretending to be the Red Cross or pretending to be a different organization, the first step is to maybe just test the email and then decide whether you want to continue the conversation with them.
Let me show you something. Watch this now, right? You're not going to believe what I'm going to show you next. So let me share my screen with you. McDonald's. What's their email? McDonald's email. So McDonald's email is mcdonalds.com, right? Okay. Yeah. So for general inquiries is MCD. Also, all the employees is mcdonalds.com. Okay. Do you see that?
Yep.
Now watch this. I'm going to run a test on them. .com, right? Let me run a test on them. So they've got 3 out of 5. Which means I can impersonate them. To prove it, I'm going to send you an email from the CEO. Let's pretend his name is Donald, yeah?
Okay.
Donald Duck at mcdonalds.com. And I'm going to send them to your email address, right?
Yeah. So, find them. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm going to add an image. So let me just find the image. There's our little cyber duck. And this is why I wanted to give you this the tool to check, because you must please check your customers or your suppliers, and then we can help them fix it if you wanted to, or you can fix it. Okay, have a look at your inbox.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
So hover over the incoming email. Hover over it. You see, that's do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bet you that email doesn't even exist in McDonald.com email server.
But it came through. Yeah.
But it came through because they scored 3 out of 5. If they had this set up correctly with the right DMARC records and DCOM records, that would have not been possible. And now you can see why spoofing attacks or impersonation attacks, especially from North Korea, is so easy to do. But it's great now that we have the tools, we can demonstrate.
So what can an organization do to avoid this, to avoid opening themselves to this impersonation?
To fix it. Mm-hmm. So they need to fix it. So either they need to come to a company like us to fix it, or what we've done now is we've written let me just do this for you. I've written an ebook, and you can download it straight from our website. We've written an ebook on this, step-by-step guide how to fix it. But of course, so remember, there's a two-way street here. One is inbound security, which you need email security to filter any attacks coming into inbox. Mm-hmm. Then you've got outbound security, which is this. A lot of people don't see the difference. So outbound security means, how do I stop people from impersonating or spoofing my domain or my emails? This is how you fix it. You need to fix the DMARC and the DCOM and the SPF records. And then you need to monitor it, because sometimes it changes, especially if you're using, say, Microsoft 365. They have 2 DCOM records, and sometimes the DCOM records fail. And if you don't have monitoring in place, if your decom records fails, it then how can I say it? It almost disables the DMARC record security element. So then you're back to square one. So not just fixing it, you need to monitor it and manage it.
Right.
So this is becoming a big thing here. But we've been doing this for 6-7 years. It's not new to us.
Yeah, but just the rise in impersonation and purchase scams that we also see in our data here in the US means that a lot of organizations don't have it set up correctly or are not monitoring it.
No, they don't. And this is why, you know what, well, I didn't tell you this. I'm glad we're catching up. So here's a link. We've now set up a what we call email security health check. So it takes up to 14 days. It's free. It's free to do. It takes us 15 minutes to implement it. And then after 2 weeks, we sit down with the business owner or department or CEO, whoever, and then we show them all the vulnerabilities that they have for free. And then, of course, if they want to fix it, we can fix it like that. But I don't know if you know anybody that would be open to this, because especially, like you said, in the US, this is a big, big problem for everybody. A big problem. And a lot of people don't know where to start because they're going to their IT service provider instead of going to a cybersecurity specialist to fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's your problem. So
these are very helpful links. I'll definitely link the ebook and also the email security health check.
Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to get companies to understand. It really shouldn't be the IT person's job. This should be the cybersecurity manager's job.
Right.
You know, it's a different discipline, so treat it as such.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is. So but so what about coming back to the US? You just said that can you see a massive increase in impersonation attacks?
Impersonation scams, purchase scams, yes. So people think they are sending money to a legit organization. It's going somewhere. Goods and services are never delivered. Impersonation scams, the same thing.
Okay.
And we've seen an increase from previous years. I mean, romance scams still top the chart. I mean, there's been just tremendous increase in the number of romance scams, but those are more individuals rather than organizations.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's really sad. I mean, from the latest figures I saw here in the UK, something 41 million pounds lost in the last 12 months through romance scams.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of the point that I make now, Anurag, is I'm like, you know, if you don't help protect your parents, that's your inheritance gone.
Yeah.
So your choice if you want to do nothing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But this is just life, and this is why we're getting busier and busier and busier. And that's why we're trying to make it so easy for people to get protected.
Francis, thank you. Thank you for taking time out and sharing this.
Always a pleasure. Pleasure.